Recording mode. Nice. So it's being recorded as well. Chalo guys, let's get started. Let's focus on this, guys. I'm sharing my screen. There we are. Here we go. Okay. Let's see. I think some of the members earlier needs to be admitted. Let's put them in. Okay. Done. Fine. I think all the members are in, and we have even enabled the link so that anybody with the link access can also join. So I will not need to reapprove it. And then that sounds good. Okay, chalo. So we are in a different scenario. If you can hear my voice loud and clear, please mark a quick poll here, guys. I think we have some poll capability here as well. So let me check it. Poll. Yes, poll is there. Let me put it here. Can you hear the voice and see screen? Okay. Just mark it like a yes if you are able to do this. Okay. Chalo guys, everyone, please continue launching. Somewhere I think in your Google Meet, you will be having this option. A poll will pop up for you. Super. 421 members. So that means it's working. Chalo guys, everybody. So some glitch. Not sure what happened to our YouTube streaming. It's still actually going there, but the video audio is not transmitted. However, let it be there. We have recorded the current, this video is also being recorded. So we will be uploading this by the end of this session. This video will be there available as an MVP. We will upload it on YouTube and even make that accessible as a part 2 of our current thing. Okay? So guys, thank you everybody for confirming all the 733 members. Let's go. So what are we discussing? Agile. Okay. So with regards to Agile, we discussed, yes, it is a process of software development, and all throughout, okay, all throughout, we break down the process that instead of developing everything in one go, we want to develop it in time frames, and these time frames are called as sprint. And we were telling the topic like all the 100 features are available. Then the team decides how many features we want to finish in the first sprint. Then they say 4 features, and then they give the demo of that. If everything is good, we deploy it into production. That's how we iteratively keep developing the software applications. Okay? So this is how it keeps going on and on. Now, the next thing, there are multiple meetings which will come in picture when working with Agile. For example, like you can check it in this diagram. Just see. I think now we can clearly understand from this diagram perspective. Step number 1 here is product owner interacts with clients and lot of people, and then it is responsibility of product owner what features needs to be built. So guys, please understand this. We said 100 features needs to be developed, but arranging them in a priority. Okay, which one should be first, second, third? So putting these features, putting the description, okay, what exactly is the requirement, and then arranging it in a priority, that is the responsibility for product owner. So product owner is going to tell us what are the list of features needs to be developed. So guys, product owner is the designation, okay, which gives us the functional requirement. So product owner gives us the functional requirement, and after that arranges the data in priority about which feature needs to be developed first, developed in order. And that is what you can check it here. Product owner speaks with lot of people behind the screen, and then product owner is putting this prioritized list of what is required feature or bug to fix. Next, the team gets into a sprint planning meeting where they are going to go through this list and then understand, okay, top 3 items we can finish in this sprint or not. That means deciding the order is the responsibility of product owner. Team then picks from the top and decides how much work we can finish as part of this sprint of time. So guys, these are going to be our next actions. First, product owner is the designation which gives us functional requirement. Second, product owner arranges data in priority, okay, which feature needs to be developed in order. Step number 3, team picks the top items and decides how much we can finish in sprint. And this decision is happening inside sprint planning meeting. So just observe here. So there is going to be a meeting. So before the 2 weeks starts, generally on the day 1 of the sprint. So sprint planning meeting funda is on the day 1 of the sprint. On day 1 of sprint, you have to go to this product backlog, and then you have to see which features we can finish in this 2 weeks of time. Then you need to finalize all those features and then inform to the product owner, okay, in this sprint, we are going to finish, let's say, the top 3 features. So order of the requirement is defined by product owner. Then team picks which one we can do as part of this. Okay. Now, picking up again. Where is going to be this product backlog and how we are going to work with this? So guys, for that also, there is a full system in the IT industry. Let me put that to you. Industry is going to use some tool like Jira. Okay. Jira is a project management tool. So please know, for tracking work, company uses Jira. Jira is one of a project management tool. There might be some other tools as well. So what happens is, product owner discusses with a lot of people about requirements, what needs to be done, how it can be done, and then product owner logs into Jira. When you join the companies, you all will be given some account access, login access for Jira kind of tool. And then in that, product owner also has the access. Product owner logs into Jira, and then there is a section called as backlog in Jira where goes and writes the requirement. We can have a quick look here. For demonstration purpose, I have set up a Jira account. Let's try to open it. Jira, it's a web-based account. Generally, just the way any other websites are available, like that, some features, and Jira is very popular since long time. Whatever project you will work in your companies, it is going to be available as some project there, and all the work which needs to be done. Let's say we say around 100 feature needs to be developed, we said, right? So whatever are the features which needs to be developed is going to be available in this section, which is called as a backlog. Guys, observe. There is this section called as backlog. As part of this backlog, we can check these details. All the list of requirements. Who will create these requirements? Product owner is going to create these requirements. Okay. Now let's try to conclude this. Product owner is also called as PO. Sometimes he's called as PO. Product owner is also called as a PO. So people might say in companies, hey, what is PO talking about? Which requirement he is talking about? So when they say PO, it basically means product owner they are talking about. Sometimes they also might call directly with the term product. Hey, what is the product saying? I'm we cannot do this, or this feature needs to be done differently. So people might say product also. So please be aware, different terminologies people might use, but they all mean that person who is giving requirement. So what this guy is going to do, he logs into Jira, logs to Jira and writes requirements. These requirements are available in backlog section. And that is what you can see here. In Jira, if you log in, there is a backlog section and all the requirements are here. Okay. Now, another thing, this from the diagram perspective might also be called as a product backlog. Okay? Might also be called as a product backlog. So product owner is going to write that. Next, another thing, please note, the requirements will be written in the form of user story. It's a new terminology. Logs in into Jira and write requirements. Here you need to understand, requirements will be written in the form of user stories. Will be written in the form of user stories. User is nothing but end user. So for now, let's not get into details about this, okay, how the format and all, but there is a pattern. Okay. And for product owner, it is more important for them to understand, but there is a pattern which says, as a user, I want, so that generally requirements are going to be written in this manner. This is a standard format defined by the Agile template, which simply means write the requirements, use a story, nothing but from the perspective of end user who is going to be using your system. And then clearly specify as a which end user I want, what functionality you want, so that why do you want this functionality? Nothing but IT industry is doing project development since now more than 30 years. It realized there is lot of confusion which is happening between lot of developers, product requirement people. So IT said, basically for every requirement, these three are very obvious questions. Ki which person needs what feature and why he needs. So IT said, okay, let the format be there for user story, so that these three things can be answered to everyone. Okay, so please be aware, product owner logs in into Jira. Jira is going to look something like this. And in that, in the backlog section, will create a user story. And generally, it will be having this kind of thing. I want means what feature he wants. So that means why required, why this feature is required. And user means who wants this. So it makes it very clear between product owner and the technical team what needs to be developed. This requirement is going to be written in the form of user story. How it is going to be required? Just observe here. We can see it very quickly. Product owner logs in. He will be able to see something like this. Comes here and says, create issue. Create issue. Just observe. There are three things which can be done. Creating a task, creating a bug, or the green one itself is story, user story. So if I click on create issue, just see by default, green one is selected, which means story. If I do a mouse over, it is telling story to us there. If we do mouse over, we are able to see story there. Okay, fine. Now moving forward, he writes one-liner explanation. Okay, let's say expose or implement what 2.x, or it could be like implement what 2.x for securely calling PayPal APIs. Something like this. A requirement, one-liner explanation that person is going to write. So here, one-liner explanation will be written. Next, he clicks on this in a different tab. He clicks on this requirement in a different tab. Just see, so every requirement can have a lot of information. This is how all the requirements will be given in Jira kind of tools. Jira is popular one. There are several other tools, but not required too much. No, there is something like Asana or Microsoft Planner, but Jira is popular and widely used in industry. Okay, now when you launch that particular, just see, every requirement will have a requirement ID. These are important things. Sometimes people might just talk saying MP1 hyphen triple two. Which requirement you are working? MP1 hyphen triple two. So this is called as a requirement ID or ticket ID or user story ID. So please be aware, this is generally there. People might use that ID while communicating in office on a regular basis. Okay? every requirement will have some ID called as user ID, or sorry, ticket ID, ticket ID, or simply requirement ID, they might say, or whatever. Okay, ticket ID, requirement ID, but they will talk based upon the number that currently I am working on MP1-222. So then it becomes easy to go and search that number, and then everybody can see what this guy is working upon. Okay. Second thing what we demonstrated, when we click on this, then it opens in a different tab, right? When we click on this, it opens in a different tab. And as part of that, we are able to see that there is a description section. So in this description, they will write more details. As a, let's say, user, I want what you want, nothing but feature, so that why you want it. They will put it here. And it's a big description. They can write whatever it is. Any other additional bullet points, information, they can put all that. They will do a save. So it becomes visible here. Next, they want to do any attachments, images, documents, other website links. They can put a lot of information. Jira gives a lot of capability for defining requirements very properly. And Jira gives a lot of support to implement agile-based projects. Okay. So Jira gives a lot of support for implementing agile-based projects also. We will see that kind of thing right now itself in our demonstration. So fine. Product owner logs in into Jira, goes to the backlog, creates a requirement, writes it in this basic format, what basically is required, and describes the requirement. If any documentation is there, tries to put that documentation and keeps the requirement on his own name. Just see, there is a section called as assignee. He simply keeps it saying assigned to me. So then it is clear that this requirement is currently being owned or worked by which person. So since everybody is going to have a Jira account, so your account will be there. If you are working on some requirement, it will be assigned to you. So you just have to logging into Jira, and from there itself, you have to start working on it. Okay, fine. So these are some basics. Then what you do as part of this sprint planning meeting, come back guys. Product owner has done this first work, comes, writes the requirement. Okay. And they go, there is this sprint planning meeting. But before that, there is going to be another meeting, which is not explained in this diagram. Let me even try to highlight that one in front of you. Okay. There is going to be this another diagram also. Before these two things, there will be one meeting. Sometimes it is optional for some of the projects, but in my experience, it is almost every time required. Okay. And that meeting is nothing but grooming meeting or requirement gathering meeting. These two things will be there. Grooming meeting or requirement gathering meeting. Okay. So what basically these two things? Grooming meeting is nothing but whatever this product owner has written in the requirement, he will get in a call with the entire technical team and then discuss these requirements. Okay, we want it like this. And if there are any questions from the technical team side, makes a note of that. If he knows the answer, gives the answer immediately, or he says, okay, give me 1 day of time, I will discuss with a few people and then come back with answer. So this kind of to and fro requirement discussion is going to happen. And that happens firstly as part of grooming meeting. Okay. Now, as part of this grooming, if any questions are there, so end result expected is major questions needs to be answered. Guys, if these questions are not answered, we cannot start developing those features. So always this will be there. So that is the reason grooming meeting has to be done beforehand, before you even start planning your 2 weeks of work. So somewhere people might say, today is Wednesday, let's do the grooming meeting. We have new requirements and I want to discuss it with the entire team. So they will just arrange a meeting and get in there, and he will just share the screen, go to the requirement, start discussing with the entire technical team. If there are questions, people will ask questions, and then to and fro will happen. Generally 1 to 2 days of time might go. If the requirement is complex, even more time, but discussions will happen, and as an end result of that, it will have this final outcome. Okay, sprint planning as part of the grooming meeting. Okay, now there is one expectation. When you are doing this grooming, as soon as it is done, product owner is going to say, tell me your estimation. Product owner will be very demanding in that manner. As soon as they give you the requirement, they will say, tell me in how much time you can finish it. Guys, never say them the answer. You should always say, if it is easy, then it is fine. But if they immediately ask, they give the requirement and say, tell me how much time it will take. For easy things, you can say, but anywhere where more complexity is there, you should always say, we need to discuss it internally, then only we can tell you about estimation. Always, this should be the approach. Otherwise, they take some expectation from you, and if that is wrong, further it impacts everybody. So always take some time. Say, internally, we will discuss it, and after that, we can tell you estimation. But guys, in Agile world, there is a different way of doing estimation. That is called as story point estimation. Guys, please be aware. Agile says story point estimation. What is a story point estimation? So for every requirement, you don't have to say in how much time you will do. Rather, you would have to give some numeric value called as story point. Different projects might follow different logic for calculating it. Generally, one of the standard logic which is followed is use a Fibonacci number. I think you already know Fibonacci number and series and pattern. It doubles, right? So basically 1, then 2, 3, doubles, it adds basically, right? So 5, and then 8, okay, and then 13, and so on. So it adds these two, and then you get the next number. So it's a Fibonacci series. So any one of the number from this needs to be assigned to that requirement, and that is the story point estimate. Now, different teams might do different logic for that. Some companies might say, okay, if it is going to take 3 days to develop, we will call it 3 story point. Some companies might say, if it is going to even take 4 days, you need to reach out to any one of this number. For example, if it will take 9 days for development, you will have to choose 8 only. You cannot choose 9 because it's a Fibonacci pattern. If you take 10 days, you still have to choose 8 only. So that is what is a standard being followed. You have to approximate to any one of these things. And if it is coming to maybe 11 or 12, then you have to choose 13. So you have to give a story pointing number for that. Okay. This is just one of the example, okay, depending upon time. But in Agile terms, they say, consider, anyways, guys, you are at a very junior level. These things needs more maturity to be estimating it properly. But I will give you certain guidance at least. Agile says you need to consider 3 factors. You will learn this with more experience. That's what I'm trying to say. But there is a way of deriving it more easily. Agile says 3 factors. You consider these 3 factors for giving your story point. What are the 3 factors? First, time it takes to complete. Generally, people just look at this time factor, but Agile is saying, no, not just time. Time is one of the factor. You have to consider how much complex it is and how much risk it involves. This is what is the right way to define this number. So you have to consider all of this kind of thought process while trying to define a story pointing number. Generally, I will tell you one formula which we standard apply in our projects, in multiple projects that we are doing. We, on a standard, we apply this formula. Please have a look at that. Okay. What we do is, we consider something like this. Dev time plus QA time divided by 2 It's a formula after a lot of experience by working with 30 plus years of experience of experts of Agile. Then we finalize, okay, we will use this formula for calculating story point number, because many projects are still confused how to number these things, and that is not good practice. So we have defined a formula for that, which really works very well for our projects, and I'm sharing it with you as well. With Agile experts, we have created this formula. Okay, dev time plus QA time divided by 2 plus score of complexity plus complexity next plus score of risk. This is what it is. So considering this, we will come to a number. Okay, for example, the developer is saying dev time. Developer says, for finishing this requirement, I will generally need 3 days of time. In this, he considers everything basically. Dev plus unit testing plus dev testing, his entire time. And then considering that, he says, in 3 days, I will be able to finish this. Tester will say nothing but QA time. Tester will say, I need 2 days to finish this. In this, it includes test case writing plus test case execution. And even considers if bugs are going to come, some testing time for bugs handling also. Considering these things, so these two guys have made it 5 days. 5 days. So with this formula, you just split it by 2, so it becomes 2.5. So it becomes 2.5, a numeric value. And then you need to ask yourself a question, how much complex this requirement is? So generally, you give a rating to food you order or anywhere online, right? You buy some clothes, you give a rating to that, star rating, 1, 1.5, 2, like that. How much do you think complex this requirement is? Accordingly, you try to give a number, complexity. Either if it is not complex at all, you can say 0, or you can say 0.5 complexity, or you can say it is 1 complexity, or if it is more complexity, you can say 1.5. But somewhere like this, one number you will choose. You don't make it very big numbers. You generally try to put into this, or maybe if it is very complex, then 2 you say. It depends, requirement to requirement, different complexity might be there. You feel, no, I don't know how this thing will work, and then there is more thing, we do it, and then more problems might come up here. So complexity, you try to give some number from this range. Let's say you pick anyone. If it is like 0.5 complexity, so you will choose 0.5. Then you will say, how much risk is involved in doing this task? Risk means, can you anticipate something can go wrong? There are all these formulas. IT works very professionally with all these things. Risk, is there any problem? That's what you need to figure out. Risk says, okay, while developing, let's say, this feature, risk means what? If you are dependent on somebody else, and if that guy does not do, you will not be able to complete this feature. That is a risk, right? That was one example of a risk. Another example could be, it is having some new technology which nobody is aware of in your entire team. So that is another risk factor. You might say, right now, we don't know what that technology is. So first we have to explore that, then only, so that is a risk factor. So even though you say 3 days it will take for finishing, but there is a risk involved. What if that other work did not happen? So it will take more time than 3 days also. So risk needs to be considered again while trying to give story pointing estimate. Means try to consider, can you still not achieve it? And then what are the factors for that? Dependencies or something new which nobody knows, or somebody saying, I might be on a leave next week, but I'm not sure. That is again a risk for finishing this feature on time. So any kind of this risk that you see, you would give a number again, same way, the way complexity was there. Let's say here you say 1 risk. And then what do? As per this formula, you sum up these things together, and then it becomes 2.5 plus 0.5 and plus 1. So then it boils down to 3 plus 1, 4. And then you have to see which Fibonacci number it is closest to. You have to agree upon Fibonacci. Fibonacci is a nice natural numbering sequence which basically operates on this principle. If it is taking more time, means even if you say 11, it naturally is going to take you 13. So it is a universal natural law which is in the Fibonacci. Okay, you don't know, but if you are going to 10 and 11s, that means it's actually a 13, just that you don't have that visibility right now. So Agile is sticking with this kind of a Fibonacci sequence. So this comes to be 4. And then you have to decide, okay, should you choose a 3 or should you choose a 5? If you think, yeah, it's not that complex, we can still deal with it, let's make it a 3. Yes, then go ahead with putting a 3 number. If you feel, okay, it might include this risk and complexity, you're feeling it more strongly, then you have to put it a 5. So it's again requirement by requirement, but I think some kind of approach has to be followed for story pointing estimate. And this is a good approach in your interview time. If they ask, how did you story point your features? Then in that case, you can follow this kind of a formula and say, this is what our team has finally agreed upon, and we use it every time, and it is giving good results. Okay, so what is the process, guys? The process is going to go something like this. Initially, product owner gives the requirement. Initially, product owner gives the requirement. These requirements will be groomed, nothing but in one meeting. It will be groomed with the team. If questions are there, clarifications will happen. After the major questions are clarified, you have to do story pointing estimates with the team, where there will be again maybe some meetings done for that, or just on the floor they will call and finalize it. It could be done in any manner. And then you have to finalize on this number. Once this number is finalized, let's say we are finalizing to give it, let's say 5. Our story point is 5 for this requirement. Okay, then you need to go back to Jira. Where is our Jira? Here. And just say, it is so standard field as a story point estimate. This Agile Jira board, just see, it is customized for sprint terminologies, story pointing terminologies. So all this is very nicely Agile version of how to work with Jira, right? So you will just come here, story point estimate, and it's a free text where you will put, let's say 5 as the story point estimate. Okay, so that's how we will be making it available. And guys, just see, everything is tracked. So be very careful with Agile, with Jira. Don't think that you will modify something and nobody knows. They can go to the history and just see everything is tracked. Now it is tracking that Tausief 6 seconds ago has modified story pointing. Earlier it was none. Now he has modified to 5. So be very careful. Nobody will know. Initially you say 5. After that you make it 8. People will be like, okay, somebody has done this. Earlier we assigned this ticket to us. That was also mentioned here when it was created. So be very careful. These all things are tracked closely by Jira tool itself. Okay, that's an important thing. So don't think nobody knows. It's all being tracked here. Okay? Okay, fine. So requirements ho gaya. Story point we have written. Once it is there in story point, you can just see here. I'll refresh this page once. Not required to refresh. It is automatically reflecting. But this column is the story pointing. I do a mouse over, it says story points, right? So this is very important field. It says how much time it will take to finish. That is where it has to be available here. Okay, fine. Chalo, story pointing is done. Next comes this meeting, sprint planning meeting. So basically, all the requirements which are given should be clear to the team. They should know at a high level how you are planning to develop. Without knowing how you are planning to develop, you cannot give this estimation. So some thought process has to be there at a high level, how we want to develop, how much complexity is there, how much risk is there. You have to consider all that. Means some thought process, how you want to develop. You will ask that question, you will get some clarity, and you will give story pointing. Okay, what does this mean? If there is a story point, means team is already clear at high level of how to implement this feature and generally how much story point worth is, right? The team is already clear about this. Chalo, fine, done. Okay, next, what happens? We said product owner product owner prioritizes these tickets in Jira, right? How he can prioritize it? Yes, it is all available here. Have a look. So product owner goes here, and these tickets are all drag and drop capable, guys. Just see, you can just move it. So product owner is going to go and it will just align these tickets properly depending upon where is the right place to put it. Okay, so if this is the important ticket which he wants you to develop right now, he will move it in the first manner. He says, oh, this credit notification is another important one, I want to move this as second. So this is how priority will be done. These tasks will be arranged in priority by the product owner. Technical team is not allowed to change the priority. If you change it, you have to be responsible and tell to the clients, why did you modify? It was in that order by product owner because business wanted it in that order. If you change it, no, you cannot do that. You have to convince product owner why you want to change it. Then product owner should only change. If you change it, let me tell you, it might even cost you your job. It is very serious matter. Business wants something, you are saying I will do something else. Business says we don't want this member in our team because he's not understanding the value of the feature that we need in production. So be very careful. This could just cost you your job if you just pick it up in any order. So you have to pick it from the top only. And then if you feel this is more important than this, you should just convince the product owner. If he agrees for that, he will change the order. Then you have to pick it, not like whatever you feel like. So guys, did you understand? Guys, give a quick thumbs up. Did you understand this? Guys, give a quick thumbs up. So be careful. IT में process का बहुत value होता है. Okay, Jira has to be done properly. Process has to be done properly. Okay, fine, fine. Chalo, let's continue further, guys. Let's continue further. Thanks for confirming. Let's move forward to the next one. Okay, so chalo, till this point is done. Now comes the sprint planning meeting. So we already know how it will be arranged it in a priority. The product owner writes the requirement, clarifies it with the team. It has a story pointing, and now it is in a priority also. All this work happens before even your development activity starts. Okay, now your 2 weeks are going to start. This 2 weeks are going to start. So on the day one of your sprint, you will do sprint planning meeting. Okay, so sprint planning meeting on day one of the sprint. I think now you can understand the statement very clearly, which is mentioned in this diagram. Team selects starting at top as much as it can commit to deliver by the end of the sprint. Nothing but same thing. You have to start from the top. Understand that you have 2 weeks of sprint. Dekho, sometimes project might say, let's have 4 weeks of sprint. Some projects might do 3 weeks. Some project 2 weeks, some project 1 week. Depending upon the need, people might have a duration, how much long that time should be. As a general practice, 2 weeks of sprints are followed for many projects, but be okay even if it is 3 or 4 weeks also. But now you have to decide how much is your sprint time. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, not more than that. It has to be this much, shorter durations. In that, how much you can finish, you have to start doing it. And by the end of sprint planning meeting, basically these things should be ready. Okay, so by the end of sprint planning meeting, everybody in team knows what features we will work upon. That is one thing. Everybody in the team knows what feature we will work upon. Okay, second, all features, story point should be there. Mandatory, has to be there. Without story points, you will not get started. These are 2 major things which will happen in sprint planning. Now, guys, furthermore things also happen here. What is that? Okay, work will be assigned. On the day one of the sprint itself, work will be assigned to team members. For example, in a project, multiple server developers might be there. Let's say there are 3 server developers. There are 2 UI developers. And then there are 2 QA members. Generally, this kind of team size is quite common. 7-member teams having 3 server, 2 UI, 2 QA, 1 tech lead might be there. This is a very common practice for many projects. 7-member. Agile recommends team size to be 7 members. That's one of a standard team size. Okay. Now you have to make a decision. Which requirement, which developer is going to do? Otherwise, there is confusion. You know that which features needs to be completed, but which person will work upon which feature? That decision also happens on the sprint planning meeting. So you will be one of the person. And then, okay, now let me say, this is really interesting part. Please observe. What people will do is they will go back to the Jira board. Okay, they will go back to the Jira board and there is this option here called as create sprint. So one of the team member, maybe a lead or generally scrum master, we will get into more of scrum master role. So he's also involved in these meetings. One person, maybe the scrum master or the tech lead, sometimes they might ask junior, they will say, oh, create a new sprint. So one person will create this, create sprint. So automatically, now you need to plan the items here. And guys, it is very self-explanatory. Drag items from the backlog or directly you can create items here. Both options are available and select start sprint. So now you are doing this decision making in sprint planning meeting. How many features you can finish? What you have to do it in Jira is you have to drag and drop these features here. Let's say you decide 4 features. We will work upon 4 features. Okay, so drag it. So this feature 1. Next, you will be working upon this also. Okay, move it here. This feature 2. So this drag and drop operations will happen and the team is going to do this. That is what it is. Team starting from the top selects how many features they can finish as part of this sprint. And let's say you can finish even this one also. So you will take this and also drop it here. So by this way, a decision is being made. Okay, for this sprint, we will work upon these features and everybody knows it. It don't have to be communicated again and again. One time pe Jira mein, it will be remembered. Okay, what is going to happen? Who is, so that is the first step. Okay, once this is finalized, next on the sprint planning day itself, we are saying it will be assigned to the team members also. Now, thoda sa try to understand. For one requirement, it might need sometimes UI work, sometimes backend work. Some requirements might be only UI requirements. Some requirements might be only backend. Some might be a combination. So different requirements needs to be handled differently. But let's assume a full case where front-end work is there, back-end work is there, and even tester work is there. Tester work is available. So what you will do is, on the sprint planning meeting itself, you have to make a decision for this requirement. Let's say MP1 hyphen triple two. That's a requirement, right? MP1 hyphen triple two. The team has to make a decision who is going to work on what year, because we have multiple developers. So maybe one of the server guys says, okay, server dev 1 want to work on the UI here, or server dev is going to work on the server item. Or UI, we have 2 people, one is A and one is B, A and B. Here for this requirement, A says, I will be doing. QA also 2 people. We will not assign everybody for every ticket, right? Work will be given to people. And you can decide which one you are more interested to work as part of sprint planning meeting. You can say, hey, can I work upon that? That is looking interesting. And people will say, okay, no problem, take it. So this kind of discussion will happen during sprint planning. Work will be finalized and work will be assigned to team members. Again, how the work is going to be assigned. There has to be clarity of everything. This assignment will also happen in Jira only. What people will do, majority of the projects, what they do is they create, let's say, do we have some option here? Child issue. They create a child issue called as subtask. Just see, child issue matlab subtask. And then they might just simply put it UI task, enter. Server task, QA test case, QA execution. Nothing but, guys, while working in IT, process also has to be followed. Without process, there is no working for a project. It is so important. If you're not following this process, people might simply say the team is not doing anything. Your hikes can be affected if you don't do these things. Tracking the progress of the project is as important as actually working on the project. This gives clarity to everyone. Who is working upon what is the state of what feature. Everything needs to be there in Jira. So this is very important. Parallelly, you do your coding and all that, but you have to make changes into Jira so that the entire team knows what you are doing and what is the progress of things. So it will be all available here. Subtasks will be created. And then server tasks, let's say you are the server developer, it will be assigned to you. Here itself, when you are there in the company, your name is also going to be shown in this list. And then it will be assigned. Let's say this guy, okay. Whoever is the QA person or UI person, his name is going to be selected and then assigned to that person. So all the teams will be there. It is going to be assigned. And guys, now further, if you want, okay, for my server task, I want to do some low-level designing. You can put all that description here. Nothing but track your progress of project here. Low-level design discussions. As part of that, you can say what DB structure is going to be, how Java classes you are planning to use, okay, what design patterns you are planning to implement, some diagrams if you have, some screenshots if you want to put. Nothing but here you can do. Next year you can, one server big task is there, one server big task. You want to break it down into smaller tasks, like step 1, I will do this, then step 2, I will do this, then step 3, I will do this. You can do all that work in your server task related ticket. So you will not forget anything. Don't keep it in your mind. No need to keep it on any other notes anywhere. All this tracking, you do it on the Jira board in the server task, which is assigned to you for this ticket. This gives clarity to everybody of what you are doing, how you are progressing also. Even during review time, it will save you a lot of time and efforts. So all the high-level design discussions, low-level design discussions, they all will be available in Jira itself. For future reference, even 1 year in future, you can come back and you will understand what was the discussion done when this feature was implemented. It's very important. Okay? So let me put this also. So all this work, let's say I'm now saving, all this work of subtask creation, further taking the task, breaking down into smaller things, writing it clarity, all this work is nothing but called as sprint backlog, task breakout. Task breakout. All the features are broken down into tasks assigned to people, and people have now clarity what they are supposed to do. That entire process is nothing but this one, task breakout process, which is also called as sprint backlog. Nothing but for this sprint, we need to finish all of these things. So that is the outcome. So when the sprint planning meeting happens, as part of that, even this is going to be done. Subtask creation. Subtask creation. Guys, now some of the projects might not do all these things. If they are not doing it, let me tell you, even if you are some working professional in this call or maybe watching the recording later, if these things are not happening in your projects are definitely suffering. There will be work pressure, clients will be unhappy, deadlines will be skipped. That is natural. If I don't use all this, my projects also really had a lot of problems. But after sticking with these disciplines, life in IT became easy. So follow the process. It is for the betterment for the employees itself. It keeps everything very cool and clear. Nobody will be overburdened. Nobody will be underburdened. Productively, right delivery will happen. Customers will be happy. Everybody stays happy. So please follow this. This is for your own good. I've seen how mess happens without all these things. Okay. So because clarity is required, right? Who is going to work upon what? If somebody is not able to finish the work, that also has to be clear. Otherwise, problems will definitely come. Okay. So this is what. work will be assigned to team members. Subtask creation and work assignment. These two things will happen. Subtask creation, work assignment. These two things will happen. Okay, fine. Okay, now moving on. Guys, are we clear so far? Give a quick thumbs up. Give a quick thumbs up, guys. Super. Be alert. Be alert. IT ka process we are walking through. Abhi bhi, still more, maybe 30 minutes might minimum required, more 30 minutes. But we will walk through the process. This is important discussion. Okay? And everything is recorded. I will upload it on YouTube and share you the YouTube backup link as well. You can watch through it. Okay? Good. Thanks for confirming, guys. Let's continue further. Okay, let's continue further. Further working will be something like this, guys. Okay? Sure, everybody is added in the call. That's good. Further working is going to be something like this. Once the sprint task is broken, right? Task breakdown is done. Next step will be come back to this Jira board. You are here as part of your sprint backlog. Work you have broken down. You have assigned the requirements. Okay, now just see here, guys. Observe this closely. There is assignee at subtask level, and there is an assignee at main user story level also. So who is going to be the primary owner of this ticket? So generally, when it is about to go to development, one of the developer will take it. It could be front-end guy or back-end guy, whoever wants it. So one person take the responsibility of the entire requirement. Let's say, I think you should take it, because the more responsibility and ownership you take in projects, the better your promotion possibility always is. The more work you do, the better chances will be given for you, right? So my suggestion will be, you should say, okay, assign it to me. I will take care of this ticket. I will do coordination with the rest of the members. Okay, UI, hey, where is your work? A tester, have you completed the test case? So whoever is the primary owner of this ticket, you have to even look at what other guys are doing. Is the test case is ready? Is the function happening? Are we finishing the work on time? So whoever is the primary owner of the requirement, they have to do some more work as well. Not just, I finished my work, I don't care what happens to the rest. No, full ticket ownership has to be taken. So that is really required. As a team, we work together. Not like I finished my thing, now server guy is causing problem or UI is causing problem. You cannot say that. You need to tell it to everybody, okay, now with UI, we are dealing with this, and then take as if both UI and server, you are one people, one team, and finish it. Okay? Try to solve the problem. Don't just say, okay, I'm done with my work and I don't care about rest. No, wrong approach. You have to work as a team. Again, if you're not good in team bonding, that will impact you during your hiring also, and it might lead to like not working with the team. Please understand. There were cases I had to fire people from my team because they were not good team players. It was coming to that point, and then we had to fire. The simple reason was they were not mixing with other guys. They were always blaming on others, not trying to solve the problem. Technically, you might be good, but if you have these kind of attitude issues, not team bonding related, it's a very must-have skill for working in projects. We had to fire such people because basically they are pulling others also back. The team will be more better if you don't have this guy in the team. Doesn't matter what your technical expertise is. Please remember this. This is very important. Okay? Your team collaboration skills are a must for having you in any team. So please care about that. Not just your technical expertise. We are okay to get some other technical person. You might be an expert. You might be a genius. We don't care. If you're not good team player, basically you're nothing for the system. Okay? Good team player mandatory. IT is very practical industry, guys. Long-term game soch rahe. We don't need one Rajnikant and superstar and uske dam pe everything happens. No, we need a team to accomplish everything. Okay? We need everybody to support each other because that will run in a long run. One superstar means everything is dependent on that person. And now that person feels like not working, everything crashes. We don't want such kind of one single person. Okay? We want system where team is there who supports and gets the work done. So that's what is important. Okay, fine. So be a good team player. That is important. Okay, now what we are saying is one person will be assigned the major responsibility. And once this is done, everybody is going to get one, whoever, like you have to decide, server, UI, sometimes QA might take responsibility of the entire ticket, whatever. Okay? Now, once the responsibility is also assigned, one person will click on this start sprint. Nothing but, okay, sprint planning is done. Work is clear. Work is assigned. Now we want to start with the development of the sprint. Simply click on this button, start sprint. Okay, every sprint is going to be generally of 2 weeks. So you have to decide, okay, today is 11th. So generally, whatever, Monday to Fridays we will do. Let's say 7th of April was our sprint start, our first day of internship. Let's say 7th of April sprint start, and end of it is going to be 18th of April. So we can just choose it 18th of April, March, April 18. Array, ye start ho gaya. Okay, fine. End date is going to be 18th of April. Once we decide here, maybe you can describe at a high level what feature needs to be done. Again, one person will do it. So just writing some English bullet point statements, and then sprint is going to start. Okay, just see. This is how you will move away from your backlog, and now you are into a board section. So for 2 weeks of time, while you are working in a sprint, everybody is focusing what's happening to this project. And everything is status driven. The way we are doing task, right? To do, in progress, done. Like that, in Jira board also, statuses will say what is happening to work. If the status is in to do, that means the team has not started working upon that feature. If it is in progress, means currently it is being worked upon, and then comes the done part. Okay, so next thing which you have to learn is, yes, here start sprint is going to happen. Start sprint is going to happen. After that, okay, our entire team for 2 weeks works on features and reflects it properly on Jira board. This is what is going to happen. Entire 2 weeks work and reflect it on Jira board. This is what is going to happen. What is reflecting on Jira board? Update status. Whether you are in to do or in progress or done. If you have any comments, you can add comments in Jira. Nothing but if you are stuck somewhere, you need some more time, you have some more questions, you can put some comments in Jira. So everybody will know, okay, this guy is having some concerns here. So you can keep doing all that updates on Jira regularly. How exactly that will happen? Okay, no problem. This is the ticket. The major requirement is in to do. As soon as one person is starting to work upon that, you will just move this major ticket into whoever, that's what the primary owner of the ticket, he says, okay, somebody is working on it. So it will move it into in progress. Accordingly, it reflects here. Switching tab, it reflects here in progress. In progress means entire team understands, oh, this feature is being worked upon. But what is being worked upon? Whether UI is working, server is working, tester is working, what is being worked upon? So immediately people will say, array, if it is being worked upon, who is working? Tell us. Server will say, okay, I am working on that. How you have to say? You need to drag this and put it into in progress. So then everybody gets clarity. Okay, this feature is in progress, means it is being worked upon right now. Who is working? Server guy is doing development, but these two guys have not yet started. And then every single day we will do this stand-up. Every single day this morning stand-up is going to happen, right? What is this morning stand-up? Come back here, just see. Work has started. Now we are working on the sprint, 1 to 4 weeks, every day, same drama. Going to office, checking on the progress, working on your task, completing the task, developing, testing, daily same drama. In this daily same drama, every 24 hours, there is a daily stand-up meeting. What is a daily stand-up meeting? Before your day starts, you will connect in a call. The entire team connects in a call. There is this Scrum Master designation. There is the team designation. All the team members, Scrum Master, together they connect in a call and discuss how the sprint is progressing. That is what is your next meeting, daily stand-up meeting. Every day it happens. In all the Agile projects, every day it happens. Daily stand-up meeting. Daily morning, team connects to discuss how the sprint is progressing. Basically, you have to tell every single day, you have to tell this to your team, what you were working upon yesterday. Is it completed? Every day you have to do, whether you are working in remote companies or whether you work at office, daily stand-up meeting is going to happen, where you have to tell this, what you were working yesterday, is it completed, or what is the status, and then what is the plan for today. Next, whatever requirement you are working on, is it on track to finish? Nothing but, earlier you said server developer is going to finish work in 3 days. So daily you have to keep checking that, is it going to really happen in 3 days or not? If you feel it is not going to happen, you have to tell it in the daily stand-up meeting every single day, so that maybe they will give you one more developer to solve maybe your problems. If you're stuck somewhere, not able to do it, they will assist you to do it. Multiple times you start needing support, you're not able to do the job, then they will raise a concern about you. This guy is not able to do, technically performance problem is there, we have done a wrong hire, so either you should be improved or you should be removed from the system. But people will not allow sprints to fail. Temporary people might support you, but if that becomes a habit, they will say, we don't want this guy in the team, please get another one. Very practical industry, guys. Very practical industry. Baggages will not be taken. Those who are good, they will be entertained, they will be rewarded. So please become good. Even though initially problems might be there, everybody starts with zero. Nobody has all this knowledge. But then you start working, learning, experimenting, and then you become knowledgeable person. It's a learnable skill. Don't think others are smarter or not smarter. Don't consider that yourself down. Just that you have not done enough practice. That is where you're not able to do certain things. It's a learnable skill. Please understand, coding, working in IT is all learnable skill. Anybody can do it, just dedication and efforts are required. But if you're not able to do that effort, so then you will not be able to catch it. Okay? And guys, what happens? The people who are not able to catch it, they get into this corporate politics. They are like, अच्छा अभी दूसरों को grow होने नहीं देता हूँ. I will not let others also grow because I am not growing. And then corporate politics is really killing careers of a lot of people. But if you are technical, corporate politics can never kill you. No matter what people do, you will be like, come on, I am really great at what I do. I don't want to work with such people if they don't give me opportunity. You will be given more opportunities from life. If you are technically talented and capable, then corporate politics will never affect you. You will leave this crap and go to better companies where you will be more rewarded as well. But if you're not technically good, you cannot even get job other places, and these guys are basically killing your career. Such things leads to stress, tension, worry, panic, and then people are even suffering from mental health conditions sometimes in IT career. Do you know that? Mental tensions, stress tensions, taking tablets, pills for just getting mind in the right place. There is pressure. But uske liye sab kuch sahi hona, it's a skill again, how to live in an IT career. It's not like just randomly like an animal. You need to think and live properly. But anyways, let's come back to our technical topic. Daily stand-up meeting is happening. There were cases. A new guy joined my team. 8 years of experience person. We are giving him some task. He's not able to do. 8 years. Getting good amount of pay and salary. I have to give him work. It's my job. Otherwise, I'm not doing my job properly. If I'm not getting the right work done by my team, I'm giving him work and I'm giving him pressure so that he justifies his money that he's earning and the experience that he's earning. Juniors are performing better. He's not able to do it. I have to put more pressure on the people then. He came back after 2 weeks and saying, doctor has given me these tablets and prescriptions saying I cannot take stress at work. What will I do? I simply said, Dekh bhai, you're earning this much package. people are earning 50% less package than you and they are able to work like you. If you want to have less work, I will talk to the HR team to reduce your package by 50%, then I will give you 50% less work. If you want this package, this is the expectation from my team. I can support you how to deal with these mental challenges. I will make sure you're not getting too much stressed, but you need to justify the money that you're earning. If you cannot justify, this team is not for you. Please discuss with HRs, go somewhere else. Clear-cut, honest conversation needs to be done in the industry. No sugarcoating will happen. People will give you feedbacks and you have to accordingly act and respond. That's what it is. So that's what it is. You have to really be good in all these things. And then IT career is an amazing career. There is no limit on how much money you can make. People are drawing like lot of money. Okay? Very quickly, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs people are reaching at very early experience range. From there, how to go, there is a still big numbers also, 25 lakh, 30 lakh, 45, 50, and keeps going on and on also. So there is a lot of money in IT, but right approach should be there of how to get it. Not everybody is going to get that money. You have to work in a right manner. Dealing with all these challenges and pressures and everything about the industry, it needs more maturity basically. But with time, you should definitely do that. Okay? The people who are not able to do, after 5-6 years, they say, it's not for us. It was for everyone. You did not learn how to do it rightly. That's the problem. Okay? So, kar longe to a lot of money is there. Okay, fine. Let's come back. Let's finish our cycle first. Coding, working in IT is a learnable skill. Daily stand-up meetings are happening where people are discussing these pointers, what they were doing yesterday, what is the plan for today, and are they on track to finish the tasks. And while they are working on this daily basis, they will be updating this Jira board. So if we feel, this work needs to be completed, sometimes what people will do, for this requirement, let's say this is a main ticket, MP1 222. Okay, let's say, can we get something out? Original estimate. They will say original estimate in how much time it is going to be completed. Let's say 3 days. Like this. So people will track sometimes that also. 3 days. Just automatically Jira has a now capability. 3 days remaining. Every single day when you are working on this ticket, you can come to this work log. And you can say, okay, log work. Say, today I completed 5 hours of work here. The tool automatically calculates, matlab 2 days and 3 hours are pending. 8 hours ka work generally, if you consider. If you say I completed 8 hours of work, then it says, that means 1 day work is completed, 2 more days are pending. So time can also be tracked very clearly in Jira kind of boards. And then you can say this, okay, put some description and do a save. So automatically your progress is going to be measured as well. Okay, so initially we said it is going to take us 3 days. Now 1 day is completed, 2 more days are there. So people will have tracked. So be aware. Sometimes Jira can be more closely tracked also. Jira can be used in closer time tracking manner as well. It depends on your project. Okay, not every project does it, but some projects will do it. Okay, fine, chalo, ye hote gaya. And on a daily basis, you will keep updating this. You will keep putting some comments if you have any questions or anything. Daily by daily comments will come here. You will keep checking all these things. And you have to make sure you finish the things on time. Okay? Once it is happening, it's all reflected in your Jira board. It's all reflected in your Jira board. If these guys are not working, only you are working, you can then request in the morning stand-up, hey, why have you not started with the work? I'm going to finish today. So coordination will be required. So you will discuss with that guy also starts working. Parallelly, discuss it with the tester also. Hey, why are you not writing tickets? By tomorrow, we will be ready. We will give you these items for testing purpose also. If your test cases are not ready, how can you test it? So discuss with one another and make sure the work finishes. So tester will say, okay, I am going to also do it. And then by the time this is happening, server says my work is completed, server moves it into done section. And then UI says my work is also completed, he also moves to the done section. Tester has also written test cases. He says, oh, my work is also completed, let me also move it to the done section. So like this, daily by daily movement will happen. And then what happens to the main ticket? Currently it was in progress, means people were working upon it. Now it has to be given to QA testers. So that is what is going to happen. You will move this into from in progress into tester. QA, you have given the feature now to tester for testing. Okay, let's switch it back. Switch it back. So ye chala gaya abhi tester. Jira is having multiple things. Group subtask. You say group none. Different view of the board comes here, where you are seeing, okay, currently these tickets have not even been started to work upon. Currently the team is not working upon anything. Currently these two items are given to the tester for testing and we have not finished anything. So every day in Jira board, complete sprint observation is there. Who is doing what? Is the work finished? Is the work not finished? And then whatever is concerning, we have to make sure that in the 2 weeks of time, all the features move from this bracket to this bracket to this bracket. And eventually once the tester tests it, it goes here. That's how the work cycle happens. So the aim will be everything should go from to-do state into done state. When everything moves like this, then we can say, yes, the sprint is completed successfully. Like that, Jira tracks the entire progress. So you have to do the coding and all in your ID, but you need to come to Jira and update these statuses, drag and drop, so that entire team gets the visibility what is happening. Okay, so let me draw this conclusion. On daily basis, you would code and work independently, but in Jira you will update so entire team knows what you are doing. What are the updates possible to be done in Jira? You will do frequent comments. Okay, you will do maybe time logging. You will do status updates to reflect your status, right? So these are some basic things, always it will happen. Okay, one more thing which this Jira guys have done, just observe this. Okay, this is a sprint details. It is just giving us some details about the sprint. Okay, when it started, how many days are left, that is fine. Anything else here? Yeah, just observe this. In Jira now, they have added one more capability called as start stand-up. We said, right, daily stand-up meeting is going to happen. Daily stand-up meeting. Because companies are now doing remote work as well. When we were all in offices, everybody used to come in the same place and discuss with one another. But currently remote working is happening. So there are people logging from home and office. They also want to give the update. So Jira has given a feature for that. Start stand-up. So one person is going to click on start stand-up. And then your entire team name is going to be here. So we said, right, in daily stand-up, you need to tell which task you were working yesterday, what is your plan today, all those things. Here, there is going to be a timer. It means stand-up ka purpose ye hota hai, bhai, everybody should know what is happening in the team. So you don't discuss for 2 hours in a stand-up. You do stand-up for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So you define, okay, every person will speak for only 3 minutes. In the 3 minutes, they give the clarity what is happening. If they need any help, they tell it in the 3 minutes itself. So accordingly, arrangement can happen. So some time window is going to be assigned, and then you will simply start with saying, okay, up next is this guy. So you just start doing play. So this starts happening, and then this person is now going on speaking. Okay, I'm done, this is done, blah, blah, blah. This gives clarity to everybody. And when you click on that name, so whichever is the work assigned of that guy, everybody sees that as well. Okay, so Tausief had only one item here, MP1, and he has successfully completed it. Okay, next you can group it by subtask. And then if there are more tasks assigned to me, all that clarity will come. So you will choose your name, you will go to the Jira board, and then everything filtering is going to happen. Okay, which subtasks were assigned to you, and then you have to give your update. Okay, this work I have not yet started. I am working upon this thing. When is the plan to finish this thing? When can you give it to the QA? When are you planning to start your next work? You need to keep all your sprint work in your mind and daily by daily give the stand-up update as well. In the Jira board, full transparency is coming. That is the reason updating on Jira is very essential. Developers sometimes feel that it is too much work, unnecessary work. We will just work on project. Okay, guys, let me tell you this thing. There were cases, client did not pay salary to the employee because he did not update Jira board. Client simply said, okay, hey, this guy, we don't see any work in Jira. We don't know whether he has really done anything or not. For the last 2 months, there is no data. So we cannot pay for this candidate. For us, Jira is ultimately the measure of whether money can be given to the tech company or not. So this kind of extreme measures also can happen. So it is very important. Whatever you are working, there has to be a Jira requirement for that on a regular basis. You don't know which client and which company might have what kind of situations. Okay? So please take this very seriously. Okay, fine. Chalo. And now I think we are just in the final part. We are not able to get into Git or AWS today. Already it's like 1, and these 2 topics are big topics itself. We will continue working upon that next week and do the setups and everything of that. Today we will just like to close Agile, maybe 15 minutes more, and then we will close Agile, take the attendance, and then end the session for today. Okay, so here we are. Daily by daily stand-up is happening. Sprint happens. We already discussed. All the work needs to go from left hand side to the right hand side. So chalo ye sprint ho gaya, iska baat khatam karte, and then we can say, okay, so this stand up is completed. Okay, we are back to our normal. We click here, we see everything back again. Okay, and the time work is going to be something like this. All the requirements will be moved into finished state. Let's say 2 weeks you are working, everything is moved into finished state. Now you are on the last day of the sprint. In that you do coding, unit testing, AWS deployment, working with Git. All those things will happen parallelly. And then finally, last day of sprint is here. In the last day, you need to do demo. And you have to plan for retrospective. Let's understand what these meetings are. Retrospective meetings. Demo means product owner is going to come there, and then you have to show to the product owner, okay, what exactly is this work upon. So you will be demoing these things together. And finished work means whatever you finish, you will hand it over to product owner. That's what is demo. Entire 2 weeks, what did you develop? You will explain them clearly. You will execute your features, not theoretically. So you will execute your features, show them the logs, show them from the front end, show them from API. If you're doing API testing, you will call an API from Postman. You will show the logs, you will show the database, you will show how the response and requests are happening. All the progress you have to demo it to them. Once they feel everything is okay, then they take your finished work. That simple part is demo part. So on the last day, demo is going to happen. Showcase your work is going to happen on the demo day. Okay. And then comes the retrospective part, guys. Okay, what is retrospective? Retrospective means learn from your mistakes. Nobody is perfect. We all are human beings. A lot of things might go wrong while we are working together for 2 weeks of time. In the retrospective meeting, everybody discusses the problem. Here, this happened wrong, that happened wrong. And then they together think how we can solve it so that next 2 weeks when we are working together, same problem do not happen again. Very important part. You have to always keep improving the system, the process, the people. Don't live with the problem, solve the problems. This is what Agile says. So they have a meeting for improvement. Every 2 weeks, when the sprint ends, you need to learn from the mistakes. Bug ka quality is the problem. Why so many bugs came? Were the requirements not clear by product owner? or why estimations were not triggered, why the quality was impacted, or was everything great as part of this sprint? Positives, negatives, everything will be discussed in retrospective meeting. And then whatever good team is doing, you want to repeat it again in the next sprint as well. So what will happen, guys? Dekho, agile system is developed so that team should not feel work pressure. Team should be relaxed. There should not be tension. So agile is designed from that perspective. So if you feel last sprint there was too much of work pressure and all, you can discuss it with the team. Hey, come on, we took too many features. We should not take that much. Just see, we had to work so much over weekend also, late night also. And then we should definitely tell to the clients, okay, this much of work we will not pick next time. People will consider that because everybody is human being, and IT may everybody is smart individual, logical people are working, right? It's not like any roadside drunk person is just coming and saying whatever nonsense. IT is a smart industry where brain people are there, so they will understand. There is a mutual respect and understanding among team members. So when you say don't give this much of pressure, team will say okay, fine. And then you have to say okay, why that pressure came, and no, we have to take not 4 but only 3 work next time. People will be okay with that. Now client might say come on, you guys are underperforming. That is the responsibility of your tech leads to discuss with the client. Okay, come on, the team is performing so nicely. 3 is the best that can be done. If you need more work, you need to open more positions, hire more people, then only we can do more work. Your managers will take care of all that heat from the client. It will not come to you. You give your best. Let the managers deal with all the external pressure and tension. And managers are, that is their role, to keep the team safe from external worries and tensions. So they will do their job. You do your job. So, but don't take pressure. If you feel problems, discuss the problems. All that will happen in retrospective meeting. So what is in retrospective? What went right in last sprint? Next, what problems are you facing? Next, how to solve? Not just raising problems. They go, raising problem everybody can do. But smartness stays in coming up with solutions of problems also. IT wants such people who are problem solvers. Raising problem, blame game, nobody plays blame game. No matter whose problem it is, people like to solve. Because then only life in IT is going to be good. Otherwise, always hatred and like, I don't want to go to work. That feeling is not going to make your IT career smooth. So yes, along with problems, how we can solve the problem. Blame game is not going to be taken. Too much of blaming person, they will be like out of the team. We don't want you here. Solutions are encouraged. So along with problems, you have to come up with, can we do it like this? Or maybe other team will give ideas, but solution oriented thought process is required. And I think that's a general principle of living in life. Look at solutions. Problems are there for everyone, but how to solve it? Solution oriented mindset should be there for success. Solution oriented person required. Nature is required. Okay? By this way, by the end of the sprint, we take some action items, and then we make sure next sprint when we work, we take these learnings and implement that in the project. Okay? Next sprint, take the learnings and implement. Okay? So guys, this is what is working with Agile, and we saw there is a corresponding Jira board which can do that. When you have done all these things fully, just see, we can simply click complete sprint. Okay, what he is saying, there are some subtasks of this task which needs to be completed. So subtasks are pending. How can you complete sprint, he is saying. So if the developers have missed to update subtask, Agile is going to remind. So if the tester has finished this, the tester is supposed to move this also here. So then we can say, okay, all the work is completed for all the tickets. Once it is done, then you click on complete sprint. And just observe here, so much of integration in Jira. What it is saying, okay, you are choosing to complete the sprint now. Do you want me to create a retrospective board for this meeting? Finishing off your sprint with a Confluence retrospective, contribute to your team's culture and improve how you work. Nothing but Agile. If any new teams are there who are newly implementing Agile, Jira is trying to guide them also how to work in a Jira based, Agile based project. So as soon as you are completing it, Jira itself is recommending, Arey, let's do a retrospective. Your team culture will improve. Your quality of work is going to improve. Now you can choose that. And then a web page will come here where all these notes that we are saying in retrospective you should do, so that things don't forget. All these notes, you can put it into some Jira place itself. So that next time when you have retrospective, you can discuss, in last retrospective, we discussed these things. And no need to track in multiple Word documents, no documents. Jira is saying, I will do all the tracking for you. That is where it is called as end-to-end project management tool. It helps to manage the project. Jira is end-to-end project management tool from initial launch till the release, initial requirement till the release. If you want a board, you can go ahead. Otherwise, you can say, no, not required for now. I will take care. Oh, ho, ho. He is giving a different thing. If you are choosing this, then congratulations. Otherwise, okay, chalo, trophy leke khatam. So some play mindset tricks basically Jira is trying to say as well. Okay, but anyways, complete the sprint. Done. You have another blank sprint where next 2 weeks of work will happen. Same cycle keeps happening in IT, sprint by sprint by sprint, iterative approach of software development. That's it. Loop chalte rahega. And now this is where it's interesting. Then some people say, we are stuck in a rat race. Always is the same routine life, every day morning, waking up, taking a coffee, going to office, looking at the Jira board. And then after 3-4 years, people in IT starts becoming bored. Okay, what kind of boring life? Every day, same thing, same thing. Guys, I want to tell you, you make your life boring. Your work or the process does not make it. And it is up to you to make your life interesting also. You have to do that. Process will run as a system because that's what works. You have to make your life interesting. What does this mean? Yes, learning new things, taking new challenges, improving on the systems, moving to different technologies, learning and upgrading into different skills and roles. You need to keep your life existing. Then you are not part of some rat race. If you are constantly upgrading, you are above all this borism and chaos of the IT industry. You are not in rat race if you upgrade. Many people will be like, "Arey, bas yahi chalte rahega kya?" Nahi. It is happening like that because you have chosen to live a life like that. But it's a matter of choice. You can choose to live very great, extraordinary, learn, upgrade, certification, skills, work success, life success, and live a very fantastic life. And then this becomes very easy for you. In your greatness of knowledge, everything will become easy for you. So please remember that. People might be like, "Arey, bas yahi boring life hai every day." Now you are excited to get in. After getting and habituated, you're like, again another sprint, again another sprint. Nahi. What you do in that sprint, how your quality of work is improving, how your design principles are improving, how you're making better softwares, how you're studying, how big systems like Google, Facebook, Amazon are working, how have they solved big problems. Can we also implement something like that in our project? This thinking is required, which changes the entire software development approach between average people and technical experts in the industry. And then accordingly, your future is going to be decided who goes where in this journey of time. Okay? We will take the attendance now, but I want to end this on one note, guys. Everybody, please listen this with full attention. Everyone joins maybe on same package and same role. For one company, one standard will be there. For one company, one standard. Let's say if company is saying 4 lakh package for all entry level people, on an average, they will give 4 to 5, only that range standard. Joining time, everybody will be same. But if you start seeing 3 years, 4 years later, or 2 years later, different people will be at different levels in terms of salaries, designations, pay as well. Those people who are not serious about their career, they will be left behind. 4 lakh might just become 6 lakhs for them. But those who have taken their career nicely, 4 lakh will very easily become 12 lakh for them. And later you don't complain, कि अरे we joined at the same time, now you are senior person there leading a small 3-member team, I am still in this role. No, he created his life like that. He worked hard. So always remember this. Don't make fun of other people or don't devalue them because you were not able to achieve something. Point is, IT gives you the chance. Okay, by work on your dreams, and then lot of money IT is ready to give you. But for that, you have to do the hard work. That's what I will tell. Everybody joins at the same level, but within 2 years, within 4 years, different people will be in different roles, different packages. And at that time, when you have not worked hard, don't compare yourself to other people. They work night and day. They knew what to do, what not to do. And you choose to waste your time in entertainment, time waste, and all these negative things about the industry. You did not grow. You did not take responsibility. IT did not reward. Guys, what you give comes back to you. Your karma is going to hit you back. Not working hard, right now you will not get job. After company, if you get job, you will not be rewarded. Not working hard, ka negative karma will come to you, and you work hard, your knowledge will grow, you're hunting job aggressively, job will come, and after the career, promotions will also come. What you give comes back to you. Not giving it, nothing will come back to you. You give it, everything, opportunities come back. Life is very fair and square, and you have to put that kind of effort. Okay? This is important. This is what I learned in my 15 years of IT experience. Okay? This is how things work. Who are rewarded, who are not rewarded. And you have to be, yes, you have to work hard. You have to work smart, and you have to work long as well. There is no shortcut for success. Hard work, smart work, long work. Only doing hard work, no smartness will not take you anywhere. You need to be smart enough. I'll tell you some problems in the IT industry. There might be some credit hoggers. You are doing the work, they want to take away your credit. No, you should not allow such people to take credit. There were cases in my beginning of my career, somebody else tried to take the credit. I took a stand in front of big 50 audience. I just said, okay, hey, that's my project. I did this. And then everybody agreed. Okay, sometimes I had to fight with my manager. Okay, no, this is not the right way. When I am doing it, it is my responsibility. It's my project. I have to get the reward for that. So you need to take the stand for what is right. So I don't know whether that's the right way of doing it, but at least I'm telling you, this is how you have to take a stand for yourself in the industry. Not let others just take advantage of you as well. You need to be clear about your life and your purpose and your mission in the industry. And yeah, that is what is smartness. Otherwise, you're doing entirely, others taking away your credits. So you will never grow, right? Because others think they are going. So you have to thoda sa samajhna padega ye. When you did something, you own that up. And when others are doing it, you should not take away their part. You have to give credit to them and let that happen. This is what should be your initial journey. And I'm telling you guys, this is how it works. Initially, you have to get yourself recognized in the industry. After a point, once you became tech lead, then you should not take credit. Once you became in lead position, you should never take credit. You have to give your entire credit to your team itself. If you are in a leadership position and you start taking credits for your team's work, people will stop putting efforts. So once you become a leader, once you grow in your career, the leader's job is to give credit and recognition to their team members, to their subordinates. That is a proper leader. So leader will guide you, they will encourage you to grow. And everybody knows that because the leader is that strong, the team is strong. So you don't have to specially say to the world that because of me, the team is going. No, everybody knows that. What you have to do is you have to give chance to your team to grow further. And you have to give all the credit, recognition, rewards. Leaders have to sacrifice so that the team grows further. That's a leadership skill. But can you become like that? There are very few who thinks like that. And guys, that is one of the reasons. After 15 years of experience, you will not find many people having 15 years, 20 years of experience in IT industry. In big positions, very few positions are there, and very few people reach to that position. 10 years, 15 saal tak you will find. But as 15 years, 20 years happen, 25 years, I have not seen much people circling in the, at least Indian market, who is 20 plus more years in the IT itself. Very few people are there. Where does everybody disappear? Such a crowded market, Indiana. So many pass outs are happening. So many guys are getting into the IT industry. What happened to them after 15 years? Why are they not there in companies anymore? Lack of direction, lack of control in their own life, not knowing what is right, not knowing what is wrong. And then they have to still figure out. At the age of 25, you're getting into the career. Maybe till the age of 40, IT ho gaya. What after 40? And there could be a career possible even till the age of 60. But these people are getting off the track. So you need to think. I'm just trying to open your mind today. Think कि क्या जा रहा है career. Downfall रहेगा तो it will never bounce back then. So don't let that downfall happen. Work on yourself now only. And then think about long-term vision. Okay, how long your IT career is, what more can be done, and how do you want to play a 20-year game here, 30-year game here. It is possible. But it needs right direction. Otherwise, it will not happen. Okay? So that's it. So think about all these things. It's very important. Chalo guys, let's take the attendance and we will be ending the call. It was great having you for week number 1. From week 2, we will connect on internally. Okay? Chalo guys, good stuff everybody. Let me share you the attendance link and I will post this recording also on YouTube after the session. Once it is uploaded, I will share the links with you guys. Okay. Chalo, here we go. There is the attendance link for today. And all the members who have already enrolled, please know over weekend, we will be doing the rest of the process with you guys. Several members have already enrolled it. Today is the last day of enrolling for the week 2 onwards further. So please complete your enrollment, rest of the members. Okay? Chalo guys. Let's take this attendance and then we will close the call. Code for today is 5555. And here is the link. Chalo guys, please mark this. So something happened to our YouTube stream. अभी भी YouTube पे the live is happening, but content is not being streamed there. Something happened between Google Meet and YouTube streaming this time. Let's see. But anyways, from Monday, we are connecting on Google Meet and the recordings will be available for you guys. Okay? Chalo everybody. Thank you all for your time. And if possible, definitely join for week 2 onwards. Every single day, valuable discussions will happen. Project is also very important. You can explain in an interview like anything. It will definitely change your life. Before 2 months and after 2 months, you will be a very different person. But efforts are required. Hard work is required. So if you are willing to put that right now, then you can join. So be willing to put. Nothing comes without efforts. Okay? So thank you everybody for your time. Have a great day. See you guys Monday morning, 10 a.m. internally. We will share you the email of Google Meet link Monday. Okay? So stopping the recording.